Hello, welcome to another stream. I'm back. I said it wouldn't be long. It wasn't long, which is good. I hope everyone's doing well. It's very, very warm in the UK at the moment, so I don't know how long this stream is going to be because I can already feel it getting warm, and we've only just started. But today we're going to be playing some Foundation, which is a new game I found that I really enjoy. um, if you haven't heard of it before, it's basically like a city builder, village builder, but it's based in medieval times. And it's very chill and cozy. And yeah, hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun. Um, Before I go into it, there is music in the game, which is quite nice. So if it gets a bit overwhelming with my stream music and the game music, just let me know and I'll get rid of my stream music and we'll just have the game. Because it's got nice medievally kind of D&D music. Other than that, let's just get into it. Just process this game music royalty free. We'll check. Thank you for checking. I think it should be, and Gemini Tay, someone that I watched, played this. That's how I found out about it and got into it. But she played it and played it with just the music in the game. So I would assume that she did it royalty free, but who knows? Anyways, this is the start. I've started the new game. Now I have played this before. I haven't played it all the way through. But it's one of those games that you can kind of keep playing and every time it will be a bit different. And what we've got here is we've got to decide how we want our village to be set up with the landscape. So all along here we can change all sorts of stuff. I don't really know what the best way to do it is. Music is quite low compared to my voice. Maybe me or stream music. And just have foundation music. Okie dokie. I can do that. When you see something come up on here, by the way, it's probably because I'm tapping out. Right. Music. Stream music. Oh, I also, one second, just gonna check that I have got the microphone I have. Right, music all the way down. There we go. I can also turn the game down a bit if it's still too loud, the game itself. Yeah, so let's look at, I think I would like a river. I'm gonna pick this one because I like to have a river. Going down a bit, or mic up a bit. I could do a bit of both. Let's put that up to there, I think. Maybe even a little bit more. And going down a little bit. There. Hopefully that's a bit better. Let me know if it's not, I can change it again. But yeah, we just basically move these sliders until we find something we want. So I'm changing the river to make it more or less. I don't think I want any lakes. I mean, a lake could be nice, but I think no lake. I don't know about islands. I don't want it too cliffy because I want to have lots of space for us to build because eventually I want this to be a very big city. So I'm just going to bring the cliffs way down, all the way. And then promontory? I have no idea what that means or what it is. Let's see what it changes. I think it's changing how hilly the hills are. I think. So we want them not hilly. I think that one was good. And just less hills in general. And then less of a slope on the hills. I don't like this river though. I can change my... No, let's change the whole thing. Yeah, I don't like this river. And this hill. So I'm just gonna see what I can change. Just go back and forth until we get something we like, because we're gonna be stuck with this for a while, so we want it to be good. None of these are great. I think it was better when it was all the way down. Yeah, like that, maybe. I'm just gonna keep going until we get it how we want it. This might take a while, I'm afraid. Ooh, that changes it a bit. Maybe? No, I don't like that. We'll get there. These are the islands right now. We don't want islands. Should look at what I'm actually doing. I don't want any islands. But we also don't want a lick. Why is it giving me a lick? Don't want any licks. Okay, I think this might be the best we can do. Can I get rid of this? I want some hills. I just don't want the one in the middle. Right here. I might just have to randomize it. Ah, that's more like what we want. A bit more river. Don't really of the lakes. Used to be indecisive, but now we're not sure. And we don't want any islands. We'll get there eventually. No islands, cool. And less cliffs. And less hills. We're getting somewhere. Okay. Yes, I like this. It's a very bendy river, but that's okay. We can have a very bendy river. I think I'm happy with this. I might just take that slope down a little, just to give us plenty of space. There. I think this is good. I'm happy with this. So now that we've chosen our area, these are all the rules. I'm not going to change any of the rules because I don't know enough about the game yet to change any of the rules, so I'm just going to keep everything exactly how it is, and we're just going to play the classic version. You do have challenge mode, which gives you like extra challenges you have to complete, and you do have creative, which I think is you can just build without needing any of the resources. But we're just going to go for classic. And this is where you can decide what you want to focus on in your village. Now, I think what we're going to do is relax and play on your own, which means you can do all of them, but you could also do focus on like monasteries and the church. You could, I know that's monasteries and the church. This is like the manor house, and or you could build like a big castle and focus on the kingdom. But we're just gonna do all of them. And more things to decide, which is what do we want our shield to be? At the top of the shield? I quite like this one that I had before. That's quite nice on the bottom of the shield. I don't really mind what our shield looks like. Just looking at the patterns, that's quite nice. Or some sort of waves. I quite like that one. But we'll change the colours. They've got to be green, haven't they? Let's have some dark green, some light green. Yes, there is a frog. Where is it, frog? We've got to have a frog. What colour should the frog be? Yellow, or that kind of blends in a bit too much. I think black for the frog is good. Maybe with a white outline. I quite like that. What's the one above the frog? A ball. But I think the frog suits us. And we've also got to decide what we want our village to be called. I'm always terrible at coming up with names for villages. Or names in general. Something frog related? Hopton, maybe? That sounds like a froggy name. I can spell Hopton. Yeah, let's call it Hopton. My name is Fredo. Okay, I think we're ready to finally actually get into it. I'm really hoping that my computer copes with this, because it does get a little bit laggy sometimes and my computer is a bit of a potato, so we shall see. Hey! A new beginning. After a long journey throughout the realm, your people finally reach new lands. Your lands, territories you can settle reasons of your own. I don't know, that sentence doesn't make sense to my brain. Your villagers await your command and are eager to offer advice about how to proceed, should you require it. Let's hear their advice. So, in the corner here, we'll see our quests. So I've just got to go through all the camera stuff. Pan forwards, pan backwards, pan right, and left. There we go. Did all the camera stuff. Up and down, in and out. Tilt the camera forwards, tilt the camera backwards, turn the camera that way, turn the camera that way. Your first territory. To start building your village, you must choose your first territory. Each available starting territory all have the basic resources you need to settle to begin settling the new land. Later you'll be able to expand further by purchasing new territories. Right, let's see which ones we can buy. One by the river would be nice. We can buy this one, this one, this one. Just having a look at where we eventually will want to be. I think. Oh, this is weird. Oh, wait. We can start here. I think here would be a good place to start because then we've got the river. And we can go around here and up here. I think this is good. So I'm gonna buy it. Action modules. Most actions like placing new buildings or expanding your territory can be performed by the action module at the bottom center of the screen. So this thing. And I've got a new quest to build a village center. So I'm going to try and take my time with this because when I did this on my own, the first time I really wasn't happy with how I did the things and it kind of turned out weird. But we've got a nice kind of bit here which I think would work for our village centre, although we've got iron here. Just having a think, because we really don't want to be near the iron. we put it somewhere like, not exactly in the centre of this bit, but just a bit off to the side, I think. Somewhere like here. We can build that here. And I really like building this. In one way it's annoying, in one way I like it. I like it because you can put it anywhere, and you can like add bits to buildings and stuff, which is really cool. I don't like it because there's no grid, and so I'm not very good at making things aligned. Let's just put that, I think there it's a little cart, and that can be our village centre, I think. There's some more buttons, maybe a bit further up. Yeah, I think that's a good village centre. Yeah, maybe even a bit further, honestly. I might come to regret that later, but I think that's good, because I'm thinking eventually we could have a bridge like here and another bridge there, and they all kind of come to the centre. And then we're going to have sort of some industry off to the sides, up here, and around here, around here, and then some housing kind of here. Yeah, village centre. Interacting with the world. A villager wants to speak to you. Click on the bubble to start the interaction. These are all of our villagers. So many of them are ginger. There must be somewhere Celtic. Right, advice, organising work. The second piece of advice comes from a young, enterprising villager. Rather than letting everyone fend for themselves, she suggests that you organise labourers into appropriate workplaces, builders into workshops, woodcutters into lumber camps, berry gatherers into their huts, and so on. So let's put that advice into practice. Now, you don't actually have to do these, you can just get rid of them, but I'm going to do this because it makes sense, because we want them to work. So the first thing is build a builder's workshop, which has just come up as something new we can build. So where do we put this? So this is the town centre, we don't want it to be too near there. I think we're going to start a little area over here for them to, a little industrial area. And I'm going to try and get it like straight as I look at it with the camera, because I kind of want things to be on the same like orientation. Right? Let's just see. Okay. That's as close as we can get it to the river. And that costs 5 wood, so we can build that. Assigning workers. Click the plus button in the building panel to automatically assign the nearest villager to your workplace. So we can do that. And let's assign. Ooh. I think let's just assign one of them for now, because we don't know how many we're going to need before we get some new villagers. Okay. Hooray! We did it. Now you can see them in here working on some plans. Oh, that's already all out of line, but it's okay. Right, the next thing we need to do is build a lumber camp. I want it to be in 3 times speed. That's a good point. I think for now, yes, just because I want more villagers to come. And I come quite slowly, so for now I'll stay in 3 times speed, but thank you for pointing it out, I hadn't noticed. So yeah, next we're going to build a lumber camp, so that we can get them chopping some wood. And we're going to again try and get this kind of aligned with this one. Yeah, so we're going to kind of start building a road kind of in this direction. Although actually, you know what? I might just instead make it aligned with the river, so then we can kind of have a road that goes along the river. There we go. That's good. We'll turn it a little bit more. Get it as far back as it can go. Like that. I think that's good. I think this one will be out of whack now, but it's fine. Right, let's build that. And we'll just wait for them to build it. Once it's built, we'll have to give them an area where they can start chopping down trees. I'm thinking probably along here, because we'll need this kind of, all of this space for like houses and more industry. Oh, another thing that I really like about this game is that they make desire paths by themselves. So when you place a building and they start going to it, they start making a desire path. As your village grows and like the most used paths get bigger, and if you move stuff and they don't need it anymore, then it will disappear. Right, so let's assign a woodcutter. Painting and woodcutting. Wood resources require you to paint an area that is fit for woodcutting using the paint tool. So this is a paint tool. I'm going to go to woodcutting. And let's give the all of this area, go all the way down to the edge of this territory and start chopping. Didn't mean to actually do that, but there's not much point doing that. And we have some new buildings available. But now I'll stop chopping. And I like the sounds as well. Right, so let's now have a builder's workshop, a forester's camp. So foresters will replant trees that have been chopped down by the woodcutters. We have a lumber camp and a gathering hut. And our next quest is to build the gathering hut. So let's build that. I think I'm going to put that over here because we want it to be kind of close to the centre of town, because eventually the centre of town I'm going to make into a market. And so we want the berries to be close to the market so they don't have far to go to get them there. But I'm still going to build it by the river, so we still have plenty of space for other things like shops and market stalls and that kind of stuff. And let's build that. I don't think I want to build a forester camp yet. I technically could, but it hasn't prompted me yet. I'm not sure. There I should do that one. But for now, we have our berry gatherer hut. Let's make one of them berry gatherers, and they will start making food for everyone. You can see all of these little bushes here are the berry bushes. Forester's camp is the one that they replant the trees after they've been deforested by the lumber camp. So you can assign someone and they'll follow where you've put the wood, or well, you can paint where you want them to replant trees. Like I could put it along here. So I'm not sure if I should do that yet, but it will probably prompt me at some point. But now I can see one of you guys wants to talk. Advice, needs and happiness. Now that you've organised your labourers, you can tend to their needs and happiness. Make sure they have access to fresh water and housing. As for food, you'll first need people to store and distribute the berries they collected. From there, your village will have everything needed to welcome its first wave of immigrants. Painting and housing. Housing is built automatically by your villagers within residential areas you have painted beforehand. To mark a residential area, click the paintbrush icon in the action module, select the residential paintbrush, and paint the desired land. Okay. Now we have to decide where we want them to live. I'm going to actually, I think you're right, I'm going to put this down to normal speed. For now, we might put it back up. I don't want it to go too quickly. So housing. This is tough. Because I can't buy any more territories yet. So I have to put it somewhere within this territory. I think I'm gonna get rid of that bit. I still want them to chop down this tree. I think I'm gonna start just a little bit kind of here. I don't think we'll go any further east than that, if that is east. Villager needs. Every member of your village is looking to satisfy essential and additional needs. Villagers fulfill their needs by consuming resources, such as berries for the rustic food need, or visiting buildings such as churches for the service need. Check for details by hovering over each need in the villager window. Okay, so if we look at, let's just pick a villager, this one. They don't have any, so their essential needs are water, rustic food, housing, and their additional needs are refined food and service. So we don't have any of those things yet. So I think we'll need to build a well, and yes, our next task is to build a well. But we can't build a well because we don't have any stone. So actually, our next task is to build a stone cutter camp. And they will go over to this stone here and mine it and get stone for us. Which way around should we have it? Let's have it this way. Just going to add it in a row with all of our other stuff. So I think that just kind of makes sense for it all to be in a row at the moment. And you can see our first house has been built. Okay, let's build our stone cutter camp. I think maybe we do need to speed it up a bit because otherwise it does take a while. We'll probably be going back and forth with speeds. But housing is insufficient. Already? Yeah, I don't really want to give them much more housing. Could I just not, please? Okay, if we do resource removal, this means we can get rid of resources without having to wait for them to be chopped down. So I'm just going to do that for this tree. Don't really want to do it with that berry bush. And go with take away this wood cutting area. I just like to take it away. Oops, don't need to do that one. Before I put in the residential area, because otherwise they all overlap and I forget that there's stuff there. Right. Let's give them some more space. But I'm going to get rid of it around here. But now that's done, I'm going to go into the house today. Yeah. I want to leave a little space around the stone so they don't build a house like on top of the stone. And we'll wait for them to build their houses. And we'll, yeah, as they keep cutting away at these trees, we'll keep expanding the housing down this way and keep this for the like inner city stuff. But our stone cutter camp has been built, so let's get a miner. Find someone to be a miner and they can start making stone for us. And then we can build the well. Eventually I do want to do a village where like I have a whole territory just for like woodcutters and a whole territory just for woods that they can cut and then a whole territory for stone and that kind of stuff. But I think that's further down the line. We're just gonna do a normal village now. And you can see the path starting to form here. And if I put stuff like here, then I'll have to start going around it. I want there to be a path down here, and then one along here. It seems quite small. Is it quite a tricky starting area? It seems quite small. Yes, it is quite a tricky starting area. But as we expand, it will be okay. I'm looking sort of around. Like all of this space is really good. And all of this kind of space around here. I have to kind of go around some of the cliffs, but yeah, it should be really good. But just for the like starting territory, it is pretty slim. I would prefer to have a rounder one, but we'll manage. It will be okay. I don't think it will be that long before we can get another territory. Stop complaining that the housing is insufficient. Chop down some more trees if you want some houses, please. I'm not a very nice mayor. Right, let's just look at how much we needed for the well. We needed 5. We've almost got enough. And then I can get some water. I do like how they build their little houses. They look very cool and they've all got these sections around them. Yeah, we just kind of have to wait until we've got some stone. I'm gonna have a look. And eventually we'll be able to expand down to this area. A good thing though is that there's a lot of trees. A problem I had with my other area was that there weren't any trees, and so eventually I had to keep expanding so that I still had trees to chop. Let's see. We could add another. How many people do we have? These. I've forgotten where I consider villagers unemployed. We have 6 villagers unemployed at the moment, so we can maybe start adding some more. I'm just gonna add 1 to everything we've got so far. Just to make them a bit more efficient. And they're happy when they've got jobs. And now I have enough for a will. So let's see. I want to put the well near here. Like somewhere like there. I'm just gonna zoom in, try and make it lined up with that. Oh, it's so hard to make it all lined up nicely. Yeah, I think that's a good spot for a well. It's right next to our village centre. Seems like a good place for it. And that will give them infinite water, because that never runs out. And you don't have to do anything there, just collect it on their own. And it's also useful for some resources in the future. I'll need the well. It's fun just to watch them. They kind of look like ants a bit. Just bringing things and look like ants with sugar cubes. What was that? Oh, that was me fulfilling the quest for the well. Multi-part buildings. Some buildings, such as the market, have multiple parts and can be customized that way. Each part has a cost and a specific effect. Check for details on the parts description. Okay, we can now build the market. So we need to build a market stall for our berries. So let's go here. This is the village market. And we want a food stall because that's where they actually can collect the food from. So I'm going to put that here. Try and line it up again. I must have a funny concentration face. I'm trying to line things up. It will end up being a bit wonky inevitably. I think about there, or maybe a bit over. We want space for them to go. I'm trying to encourage them to have a road down here eventually. Is that aligned? I think it is. Maybe a bit. Wiggle it a bit. There. I think that's aligned. And you can add market tents, but I don't think we're going to do that yet because we don't need to do that. So we're just going to have a stall for now for the berries. Let's see if we can add any more housing. I don't want them to chop down these trees before I add any more. So we'll wait for that. And also, when you're building something, you can go here and it tells you who's bringing the resource and how many you've got so far. So go watch it. Hey, it's been built. So let's add a market tender so they can sell to everyone else and assign berries as a resource. So we can do it. Let's see what it wants to say. Editing buildings. You can edit any constructed building by pressing the Edit Building button. You can move and rotate any building parts. Some building parts can be scaled up and down. Multi-part buildings can be improved further with new parts. Monuments can be improved with additional parts and sub-buildings. Okay, that's kind of what I was saying about the tent. We could add a tent, which would be another part, and would improve it. But we don't need to yet. What do I need to do? Assign a job to all your villagers. You got 9 out of 10 assigned. Raise the happiness of your village to 75, currently 53. Okay. Do we have... Okay, let's add another berry gatherer. Because berries are very important. And let's go to the happiness. So this is our happiness menu. And we can arrange... So this is... these are all of our villagers. These are their jobs. And we can arrange it from least happy to most happy. If I go to the least happy one, they currently don't have food or housing, which is why they're unhappy, and I think that will be, this one doesn't have housing. So housing is a problem at the moment, but maybe we can add a little bit of housing. Maybe just go here. Get a bit of a house here. There we go. And I think that should be enough for the two of them, because I think it's 2 people per house. Get a little bit more here. There we go. I think that works. Which will hopefully make them quite happy. Hey, Hopton is now a village. And I'm now a Laird. Lord Laird. Not a lady. Okay. Yay! Our village is going nicely. We can see all the paths growing. It's funny that we've got this kind of cross happening here. From them going home and down here. But that will go eventually, probably. We're almost at 75% happiness. I think they just need to get some food. Let me check. Who's the least happy? This. There we go, least happy. They still need housing. Yeah. Okay. So we should be able to get to my house. Just need to keep getting rid of these trees. Ah, well, there we go anyway. They became happy enough. Okay, and they want to talk to us. Advice, profiting from trade. A business-minded villager proposes creating a trade route with their closest neighbour, Northbury, to sell resources for profit and obtain items that cannot be produced locally. Northbury needs planks, so you should start with those. Okay, we can do that, we can make some planks. Unlocking buildings. Some buildings are not available at the start of the game. You will need to unlock them from the progression screen. Unlocking them requires you to reach their tier, which might require a certain number of prosperity and estate splendor. Once there, you must pay a certain amount of coins or influence to unlock them for your village. I'll take a moment to explain that. How do I explain that? Basically, like with the multi-part buildings, if you add more to a building, such as either like decorations or extra parts to it, then you get what's called splendor. And what type of splendor depends on what type of building it is. Which we can kind of go into a bit more, but that's how you, because there are like 3 things on the 3 paths. Oh no, okay, we only have the common path at the moment. So I don't think, you just need prosperity for that, which is like how many general buildings you have and decorations and that kind of thing. But eventually there'll be 3 other progression paths, which are all to do with the church and the kingdom, that kind of thing. Right, what do we need to do next? We need to build a warehouse. Acquire storage in the progression menu. Build a warehouse. Assign planks to the warehouse. Okay, so let's go to the progression menu. Storage is what we need, so we have to pay 25 gold for that. We can do that. And now we can go here. We've got a few different things. We now have a sawmill, a granary, and a warehouse. So let's put a warehouse down. It's kind of annoying because it'll make our path kind of go a bit wonky, but I just want to turn it around so the stairs are facing the right way. And there we go. That's as far from the river as we can have it. Or as close to the river, rather, that we can have it. I think that looks good. Ooh, and we've got new people now. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down now because we've got new people. And yeah, we can build our storage, our warehouse. So the warehouse is for like planks and resources like planks and stone and wood and non-organic. Wood's organic. Non-food items, whereas the granary is for food, like berries and eventually fish we can get. We just wait. I will speed it up a bit. And also, I'm excited about the solar eclipse today. That's happening later today, and I'm really hoping I can see it. It might be a bit cloudy where I am, but I'm hoping that we can see it. We just kind of have to wait. We can watch them go around, take a glance. We could, I mean, we'll need to. Oh, whoops! I just put it into an angle weird. We could build a sawmill because we're gonna need to anyway afterwards. Let's add that bit at the front. Let's get it as close to here as we can. Just gonna turn it around so we can see. There, let's put it like that. Could even go a bit closer. Perfect. build that. Oh, I just saw where new people are coming from. They're coming from like this way. Oh, that's weird. Interesting. I would have thought they'd come from over here. But no, new people are coming from over there. I've got no more new people now. Do we have any more space? No, we still don't have any more space. Oh, almost there. It doesn't really matter when it comes in, so I just don't like my villagers to be unhappy. And you can see them building a sawmill, which will give us planks, which is what we need to trade with Northbury. And it also give us a warehouse. Oh, we don't. Oh, we need planks to build the warehouse. Ah, that's a good job we built. So let's just add 3 carpenters, and they can start making planks. Do a little wiggle. Make sure you stay comfy. I'll probably need a reminder when I've been streaming for about an hour to take a break, because I don't have any way of telling the time. But I think we're good for the moment. Nope, I'll just make planks. Thank you! Type of. Okay, so in like 10 minutes or so, maybe we'll take a break. But we might have more space yet. No, just want this bit to be cleared. Please just chop down these trees. You know we don't really like deforesting, but we need space for a lovely village. And we can stretch them. They started. Oh, something just looked kind of weird there. I think let's just check that there's someone actually working in here. None of them are working. Why not? There's more people. The population grows so quickly. Yeah. I don't have the thing yet to buy more territory, because if I could buy this bit, then I could add more housing over here. But we can't yet. Oh, a villager's path is blocked. They couldn't reach the sawmill. Uh-oh. So for that I have to go here and look and check that there. Oh, I see why. So if you see, these are their entry points. And that one is white, which means I should be able to get there. But I think it's because there's no gap. So I think now, kind of a bit of a waste of resources, because that was a silly mistake. But now they should be able to get in there. But better to fix it now than have it constantly be a problem and then never make any planks. I'm also just going to check that all of these places have as many workers as they should. Okay, they don't. I'll just do woodcutters. I can add another woodcutter. I can add another miner, and that's as many free people as we have. Hopefully this helps them now. And I should be able to get them. Just gonna watch it to see. Looks like it. Maybe. Watch it to see if I can go down. Not yet. Oh, oh. Hey! Yay, Yay! Now they're working. That's good. I was wondering why it was taking a while to get planks. And it's always a good idea to keep an eye on the resources, because before you know it, they'll disappear. That happened to me with tools, which are these things. I used them all up. I couldn't build anything new. And this thing up here is just the money, monthly like bills going up, or that have gone up. Money's not too much of a problem at the moment. And what has this been? Yay! So we can oh, we do have a couple new people. So we can add them to work, and we can assign wood and planks. So those will now be stored in the warehouse, which means they can store more than we could before, and also we can trade them. Opening the rulebook. You now have access to the rulebook. The rulebook contains useful information and various features like the capability to establish trade routes with your neighbours. Cool. But I think maybe that is a good place to pause for now, and we can come back to it after we have a little break. If you don't know, I take a break every hour or halfway through the stream, or I don't know how long I'm streaming for today, but yeah, about every hour, so that I can get a drink, have a break, all of that good stuff, and so can you. Make sure to take your meds if you need to, have a drink, have a stretch, look after yourself, and we will be back in just a little bit. Oop, I'm trying to use my other screen. It's okay. It's making me go all the way over. Well, we are back. Let me just turn down the music again. Right, and here we go. Don't know why it sends me all the way over. Let's get back to our village. So yeah, I hope you had a good break. And if you're in the UK, I hope you're looking after yourself in this heat because it can be quite dangerous when it gets hot. I can feel myself sticking to my chair. No, that's dangerous. You know what I mean? Heat can be dangerous, so look after yourself. Right, let's unpause our village. And right, we need to. That's the next step was to unlock the next trade route. So let's just go through all these tabs first. This is our overview, our village overview. Just has like our field, name of our village and everything. Edicts and privileges, we'll get into later because it's a bit complicated. Trade routes, which is what we're going to be looking into now. Resources, these are what we can trade. Villages, which is what we looked at before, where you can see their happiness and their job and all of that. Buildings tells you like how things are working, if the storage is full, if they don't have enough resources. Budget, I've never really used, it just kind of tells you how much stuff costs and what you're spending stuff on. And logs, that just, it's like all the little bits you get at the top to tell you like if someone can't reach something, or if there's a newcomer, or etc. So log of all the game stuff. But we need to look at trade routes, and we need to unlock a trade route with Northbourne. But we don't have quite enough planks yet, we just need one more plank now. Ah! As if by magic, the planks appeared. So we can unlock this trade route, and that means we can buy all of this stuff from Northbury if we wanted to, and we can sell all of this stuff. Which means we can go to resources, and we can say that yes, we will trade planks, so sell everything above this value, and we want to keep, I think, 15 planks at the moment for ourselves, so anything above 15 we can buy. And we set that up, and now they want to talk to us. Advice, the Manor House. You've made great strides recently. A light-hearted woman recognises your progress and thanks you on behalf of her folks for your hard work. To help manage the village and enact new mandates, she suggests building a manor house and a great hall. Okay, but we're not going to do that quite yet, because we've got some other stuff we need to do first. So first, I think we need to build a granary, which is a place where we can store our food. I kind of want this near the centre of town, but not too near. I think about here is where I want it. And that's the way in. So this will help us store our food so we can store more. We want it about there and about there. I think that's good. Let's build it. Yeah, there's a few things I want to build first. We've also unlocked the ability to unlock new territories. And I think the first one we'll get is this one, which we can actually do now because it actually doesn't cost us anything. So let's unlock that as well. Our first monument. Monuments represent the greatness of your village. They are an assemblage of multiple buildings called sub-buildings, each with its own function. The first step to making a monument is to choose an initial sub-building you wish to add, and design it as you would for a multi-part building. Don't worry about deciding which sub-building to build first, as you can add as many sub-buildings as you wish and edit them afterwards. Okay. We've also, oh gosh, so much, right, let's slow things down a bit. So much going on. Common task tier 2 reached, so that's here. We have now unlocked all of this stuff. But we can get back to that in a moment. let's welcome all these new people, first of all. Then, let's tell the woodcutters to chop down all of this stuff, because we're going to need lots of space. So we can chop down all of that, and that will give us space for new housing. And I just realised also could add a little bit more housing over here already. So let's add more housing all around here. Just want to turn that bit off. Perfect. And our granary's being built. So let's add a couple of transporters to our granary, and we'll assign berries, because our berry hut was full. And now they come at the berries here, and then I can take them to the market stall and sell them. Okay. Now, another thing we have to decide is where we want to put our manor house. Stop complaining that housing's insufficient. We're just building new houses right now. Oh, sorry. If you can't tell, I may have a little bit of ADHD. Our stone storage is full, so let's go here and let's add stone as a resource to this warehouse, because I want to collect as much of it as we can. Alright, so yes, as I was saying, we need to decide where we want our manor house to go. Now the manor house is going to be very big, so I want it to be quite far away, I think, like even up here, maybe somewhere. So let me just look at the territories. We do have this bit, so yeah, I think probably we can start the manor house up here. Once that's been, the space has been cleared. Until then, we just kind of have to wait, really, and get clearing space and going about their lives. And then, while they're doing that, we can look at this. So this is the progression menu of the skill tree, and we don't have to worry about these things just yet. But what we maybe want to think about is some fishing, because that will give us another rustic food source, and that would be quite good, because we don't want to run out of berries, which could happen quite easily. So I think maybe we buy the fishing. And then we could add a little fishing dock. Fishing will go here, I think. Let's put it kind of that angle, I think. And we can put it there. Yep, and I've got plenty of space to go around. And then we can have fish. So yeah, let's build that there. Because we want as many food sources as possible, because otherwise food might become a big problem. I just want them to clear all this space. More people. Honestly, I'm wondering if we might need some more, like another lumber camp to get some more people to chop down trees, because that's all we're really waiting on at the moment. So maybe we should do that. Over here. Lumber camp. I think we'll add another one. There's no harm to it, really. Let's get that way around. In line with another. Oh wait, I just feel I can't get around the back. Need it a bit further forwards. Come on. I want to do this before they start building so they don't use too much stuff. There we go. Hey, everything's working well. And we have a little bit more space here for some more buildings. There we go. More building spaces. Right, we now can add a fisherman or fisher person to make us some fish. And we can add some woodcutters. We can't add all of them yet because we don't have enough people. Everyone's got jobs at the moment. It's going nicely. I think it's working well. Yeah, I think a manor house up here will be nice. And then maybe a church. I want a church. Maybe somewhere over here, possibly. I'm not quite sure yet. But we don't have to worry about that. I'm just thinking about out loud. You can see our little fisher person going to get some fish. That's all working well. We'll also want another market stall for the fish. You can see here we've got a load of new decorations. Market stall. Let's try and get this in line with the other one. Think about that there, I think is good. Yeah, maybe a little bit further forwards. Yeah, further. And that can be our market stall for the fish. It's good to see the ball working. And our houses popping up. Currently, I think our biggest problem is housing. We just go to happiness. You can see here, and this is grayed out and so we don't have a house. So, housing, housing, housing. Yep, they're all upset because I don't have houses. But they will, eventually. Not to worry. Does we have anything? Yes, we're going to do another one there. They will got enough. They don't have enough yet, but that's okay. Just looking if they have like the maximum amount of workers. Got some more people, so let's add another transporter here and another transporter here. And let's assign a fish here so we can store some fish. I think this is coming along nicely. I don't know why I always seem to really like just having all the industry like along the river bit, because I did that in my old one. Just makes sense to me. Market tender, we need to add some more. And I can sell fish. I just want to get it, like, food isn't currently much of a problem, but I want to get ahead of it before it becomes a problem. Instead of playing catch up. I'm also going to do is I'm going to go to resources. I'm going to go to tools. I'm going to say buy until it reaches 10. I want to always have at least 10 tools because I don't want to run out. And it'll be a while before we can recover them. I think this would be a very peaceful little village to live in. I've got so much space over here. Maybe we should have started over here, but it's okay. We can expand. Maybe we just have this as like a little village, and then our big like city actually has like a big city center over here. That could be an idea. You can see now they've got fish at their market. I like that, like, you can zoom in and see all of the details. We're working around here. I haven't seen any more people around. And I wanted to add one more warehouse worker here. One more here. And yeah, we had all the woodcutters. Everything else is maxed out. That's kind of how some cities go, the combining of villages and towns. Yeah. Oops. Wiggled my mouse. Yeah, like this could be one kind of village, and then we could have another one over here, and then this city will just grow and absorb this one. I think that would make sense. And how are we doing space? We can probably add more here. And some more residential. There we go. More houses. Just constantly need more and more houses. And you can see them starting to drop down around here. Oh, I just realized I also need to assign tools to this warehouse if I want to trade tools. Because trading always has to happen at a warehouse. Things come into that warehouse or are traded out of it. It's all very well. I'll just check if there's anything I can build that I haven't built yet. And those things. Forest is camp, I still don't think we need that yet because we're trying to get rid of a lot of trees not reforest anyway. Eventually we'll need it, but not at the moment. Need to look at one area here. I'm afraid there is quite a lot of just kind of waiting around in this game, but that's what makes it quite peaceful. And eventually we're going to need a whole farming area, which could maybe be out here somewhere. Into farming or up here, I'm not sure. I know housing is insufficient. There's just so many people. Not enough houses, but we'll find houses for them all. I'm just waiting to build them on the house. Because that's my next quest, but I want to build it here. And so I don't want all the trees in the way, otherwise it's hard to see. And I want it to align nicely and everything. And eventually, you can upgrade the houses so that it can hold more people. Which is what we'll do to the ones that, we'll start with the ones in the city centre first. What's my current population? It is 31, I believe. So, but yeah, 31. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but for this little space, it's quite a lot. Like that, 33. Every time you see a little plus for the person here, it means we've got new people. That's more space. Residential bits. Might be able to fit another house there, yes. I quite like this area. The very zigzaggy river. Or also might be over here. There's a lake. I might be able to do something with the lake. Possibly. Not sure what. Oh, we could do a castle. Oh, no. We can't change lands. I don't know if we could do a castle. But maybe. I want to try and leave a little space for the monuments. Like the manor house. Because I need to be able to make them bigger. It doesn't really work if you only give them a little bit of space. Someone's trading. You've got 25 planks. It's good that all of our production is working. I think my goal for this stream is to at least build the manor house, or like the start of the manor house. But I definitely think we'll be coming back to this. I'm going to keep this world purely for stream. And I'm not going to play on it in between times. I don't know how often I will be streaming or when, but I will keep it for stream. I like how they've all got like flowers and stuff in their garden. Some of them have berry bushes. They kind of build houses around the berry bushes. Like barrels and crates and stuff. I think you can also like change these things. If we put stuff here, it will move it and change it. Housing is still insufficient. Still don't have any space. I don't think there's much point in doing this bit here. Yeah, there'll be another house there. I could also look into buying more territories. How much? Ooh. This costs 100 gold. I don't think we have enough money of that at the moment. Maybe soon. We can get this and then expand all the housing into here. But not at the moment. How many gold do you have? It's hidden behind the camera. Oh, oops. Maybe, I'll move the camera for next screen. I don't think I can do it now. But I have 374 at the moment. Yeah, I'll move the camera for next screen. I didn't realise that. Probably only need to move it down just a little bit. Everything's working well. Our stone storage is full. So is our planks soon. We might need another warehouse. Surprised we already need another warehouse. Although I suppose actually a lot of stuff will go down when I build the manor house, because that uses a lot of resources. Don't move the camera, it's good. Okay, maybe for next stream then. Just down a little bit. My fault disappeared then. I couldn't catch it. How are we doing on our wood cutting? Still quite a lot to chop. I don't think there's anything I can really do in the meantime. I could just put them in a house somewhere else, I suppose, but I wanted to go there. It takes them quite a long time to chop stuff down. I'm quite lucky with the fisher people, because there are like fishing spots along the river. If I click on the fisher's hut, you can see there's one here, but we're lucky because we got one right there. There's also one there and there. So eventually, as we expand some of them, we'll use up those. Right, and down this way there's a couple here. I know. For a second I thought that was a territory line and this line. It's not, it's the path into the village. I felt we might have had more territory than I thought we did. But we don't. I do want the manor house to be kind of near the other houses, like the villagers' houses, because with the manor house you get towers, and then they give fortification to the houses, which is how you upgrade them to be able to have more people in. So maybe, yeah, somewhere. Add some more residential area. I want them to get rid of that tree though. That as a woodcutting bit. There we go, a little space for one more house. Everyone's quite happy, which is good. They've got enough food, enough water. I think housing is the main thing making them not fully happy. And they don't have a church yet. I'm just going to have a look at the progression menu. So the common path. We could get a wooden bridge. Don't think we need that yet. Village fence. Yeah, I think that controls like the way in and out of the village. Clothing. So eventually, at the moment the villagers are old serfs, but you can upgrade them, which means they'll have more needs, but they'll also be better at their jobs. And one of their needs that they'll want is goods. So that sort of clothing is useful. Goods market, that's how you sell the clothing. Stonemason hut, so we can make polished stone. Tooling, that's how we make the tools. Butchering, how we make meat. Meat is a refined food source, which is again what commoners need, which is like steer up from reserves. Farming, which is how we make bread. Decorations, that's a lot of decorations. And lumber camp improvements, which is how you can add more storage and more workers to your lumber camp. Storage improvements, same kind of thing, you can add more storage. And we need cheetings. Don't think we need any of that stuff yet. I think we're good at the moment. Can get rid of that bit now. Let's chop down that tree. I could maybe start our manor house like here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start our manor house. So I'll first need to buy it. So here it's under the labour category. Manor house, pay 25 Tunnock. We can do that. That turns something sparkly bit. Manor house, let's build one. Welcome new people. Right. Great Hall Tax Office. Or Freehold. First we want a Great Hall. These are all the stuff we can have. These are the rooms. Here it tells you what's required to make it actually be a Great Hall. So it requires one room, one visitor's location, and one interior access. So a door. So I think we're going to start with a Manor Hall Manor. Yeah. I don't really know what shape I want this to be yet, but I think we'll just let's just start with it like this. Okay, I'm just gonna go over here to make sure it lines up with everything. It's just easier to do it when it's closer. There we go. Yeah, we'll put it up here. I think right there's a good place for it to start. Maybe over a little bit more. I just want quite a lot of space. There we go, make it a bit more straight. Yeah, that looks good. I think that's a good place for it now. We can always make it bigger, so it will grow. But I think that's good. Yeah. Just trying to get the camera straight on. Right, we need interior access. So we need a door. We can either have a large manor entrance or a simple manor entrance. That was large. Click. Ooh, fancy. But I think simple makes more sense. And we can just plop that on there. And then got an H on my lip. What else do we need? We need a visitor's location. So this is a place that visitors come to when they want to talk. So I'm going to put that just by the door so we can stand kind of there. And I'm also going to add a tax office because then we can start taxing our villagers. I'm going to add that into here like the side, I think. That looks quite cool. Needs to go a bit further in. Yeah, that's good for now, I think. This might all change. I think that's good for now. And it has an internet access already, but it needs light fortification. So it needs a tower. That maybe? That I think. It's going to be a bit taller. There we go. That's quite a nice little house. It's going to become a very big house, I think. But yeah, I like how that looks. I think we're going to apply. Now they'll be able to build all of that. And while we're doing that, some more space appeared. Kind of. Not much space, but possibly space for a little house. There we are. Perfect. Fish storage is full. Oh, it's all here too. So we have to add another thing for fish. And we don't have many berries, I've just noticed, so I think we need to build another berry hut. I'm just going to build this next door. There we go. As close as we can to the other one. Perfect. We don't want them running out of berries. Let's just watch this get up. So they have to bring one more tool. Yeah, I have one more tool. I was just checking. Yeah. Now build it. And this needs other stuff. We haven't started on yet. Keep an eye on the rest of the village. Make sure everything's working well. It is. Wonderful. I think this is going to be really nice. Now one of the builders is bringing a tool. This one doesn't have a building yet, which is interesting. Maybe because they're working on this. More people. More help. Refer to our panel anytime for advice. For advanced topics and advice. Cool. And a bit more residential. And see what they have to say. Improving monuments. Like normal buildings, monuments can be improved by adding new sub-buildings and editing existing ones. From the buttons next to the sub-buildings list, you can change the function of a sub-building or destroy any sub-building you want. Whenever you destroy building parts, you are refunded half of their construction cost. You don't want to remove any building parts at the moment. I've also seen we've got something new we can build. Oh yes, we can build a church if we wanted to. Let's see what they want. Advice: food diversity. Your villagers are very grateful for the food you provide them. Yeah, they wish for larger. When they wish their larder had more to offer. They would greatly appreciate it if you were to give them a second source of food. They want refined food. I'm not quite ready to do refined food, so I'm going to say no to that one. It will come back eventually. Collecting taxes. The villagers are concerned they might not have enough coins to develop a prosperous village. After much deliberation, they decided to build a tax office and contribute by sharing some of their earnings through a house tax. Cool! We would like that if our villagers were taxed. But we'll try and be fair. And we've also got a messenger here. A message from the kingdom. The kingdom acknowledges your hard work in establishing your settlement. Oh, I got 100 coins. Hooray! Which means, first of all, we'll add some more forages, because we need more berries. I think we can now buy this territory. Let's get them to start chopping some more trees. Let's get them to a big area, because we're going to have lots of houses. Probably just the whole thing, really. Lots and lots of areas for houses. Perfect. Taxation. Taxation is a type of income available for the labour estate. You can dispatch tax collectors from the tax office to collect coins from your villagers. The weight of each residential tax can be set on the taxes page of the roll books. Increasing taxes will let you earn more coins at the cost of your villagers' happiness. Doesn't sound great, does it? Higher status villages mean higher revenue, while higher density housing means more coins accumulating in one place. Cool. Let's set up some taxes then. Alright. First, the tower needs to be built. I can't set that up yet. Our village is growing nicely. I think maybe once we've done... yeah. Maybe once we've done the taxes, that would be a good place to call it for today, for the stream. I'm having a little fun, but I also don't want to overdo it. I can see someone coming to trade from Northbury, buying some of our planks. This is being built. Hey, we now have a tax office. Seems weird for such a kind of... I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Like, they don't have much in their village, but they have a tax office. It just seems a bit weird. Let's add a tax collector. First tax office. A tax office now stands in the village, promising order and prosperity. Though some villagers might grumble, they know their coins paved the way to have a brighter, safer future for all. You can never escape the tax office. No, even here in this little village. I've got another message. Improving trades with Northbury. Thanks to increased trade, so many folks now looking at settling in Northbury. Yet the village struggles to feed the extra workforce and asks if you could send them much needed bread. So in the future, neighbouring villages might expect me to eventually help them by sending resources through a mandate. Yep, that's fine. We can agree to that. Got some more people. We're now at a 40 population. Right, let's choose our taxes. let's just do it there. So we're only decreasing their happiness by 5%. Okay. Improving a trade. You have traded enough in Northbury for them to want to expand their village, but they need your help accomplishing this. Hire assistants, send them what they need, and you'll profit from trade. Yeah, I'm not ready for that yet. So I have to have bread to do that. So we'll say no to that one. And yeah, I think that might be a good place to call it for today. We're doing quite a lot here. We've got lots of housing set up. We've got wood production going, plant production going, stone, fish, and berries. And we've got a tax office. So I think that is probably a good place to pause, or to stop for today rather. Let me just go to this screen. And just saving the game, and then I will find somebody to raid. Once it's saved. I hope you enjoyed it though. I had a lot of fun playing Foundation, and I will definitely be streaming it again at some point. Here we go. Let's find somebody to raid. This is always a challenge, and last time I forgot how to do it, so let's see. Raid channel. Everyone else playing Foundation. Doesn't have to be the same category. There's only one person playing Foundation, but it doesn't look like it's in English. Theobald, Ollie, Martin, options. Yeah. Okay, let's I was trying to find someone of similar size, but let's go for Cleo. I think. I don't know what Cleo's playing. Atomfall? Never heard of it. But I hope you like it. Cleo's somebody I watch, and I know that they're PG, which is good because I always like to try and find somebody PG. Or well, I think they're PG most of the time anyway. At least, yeah. Let's send you on over to Cleo. That raid. Okay, so it says it's a mature rated game they're playing. Just to give you a warning. So yeah, I hope you enjoy watching Cleo. I have no idea what that is, but it's called Atomfall. And yeah, just to give you a warning, it is a mature rated game. So if you don't want to do that, you can just head on over somewhere else. You don't have to watch it. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.